So one of the things we think about that we love about this city, but doesn't fit those priorities, to be honest with you, is a lot of the special events. We look forward to them all year. The parades, the street fairs, the concerts, the festivals. It's a lot of what makes New York, New York. It's a lot of what we cherish. Literally, we look forward to it 12 months a year until that day comes. We love those events, but what do we know about those events? It inherently means large numbers of people crowded together in a pretty small space. That's New York City. That's who we are. But guess what? That goes against everything that we need to do to fight back the coronavirus. So we have to be smart. We love those things. We'll miss them when we don't have them, but they will be back. They will be back. And by knowing when it's time to temporarily let them go so we can get to a greater goal, we're going to actually look back and say that was the smart thing to do. So right now, events in this city that had been permitted by our city government through April, those were already canceled. And we missed those already. But now it is time to be clear that non-essential city-permitted events for May need to be canceled as well. Not happy to tell you that, but I want to tell you the honest truth. It is the smart thing to do to protect the health and safety of New Yorkers. I don't think many of you watching right now are particularly surprised by this concept, but I think it's important to say it out loud and lock it in so people know what's really going on and so people can plan, including these people who put together these amazing events, and we really honor them. We appreciate them. They do something so special for New York City every single year. They deserve some certainty too. So things like the Brooklyn Half Marathon, things like Summer Stage in Central Park, things that were going to be happening in May or starting in May, we are making clear we're not issuing any permits for the month of May. We're canceling those events. Now, I want to be clear, these kind of permits are for special events, community events, cultural events. This does not mean permits necessary for any kind of medical site. Those, of course, will continue to be approved. For hygiene stations, those will continue to be approved. And for anything related to food, one of those four basics we're focused on. Farmers markets, meal preparation, meal delivery, any sites needed for that will, of course, be permitted. And the same goes, as I said, medical sites, those field hospitals, all that, of course. Now, June will be here soon. And again, June is when we start to really feel the summer and even want those big, wonderful events more. But we got a lot we got to get done to be safe for June. We are far from out of the woods. So we're talking to the people who organize those big June events, a lot of really, really major events in June that we cherish. But we're talking to the people who really have the most important ownership stake in those events, the folks who organize them, put them together each year. A lot of them spend the whole year planning them. We're talking to them now. This is an important decision to make, whether it really makes sense to have those giant gatherings, and some of them are huge in June, whether it makes sense to have them or not. We'll talk it through with the organizers. I'll come back soon with an update for all of you. But this is an area, again, if we have to make particular sacrifices, I think those huge gatherings, which run so much risk for the health and safety of New Yorkers, those are things we're going to have to set a real high bar on whether we want to continue that in the short term, because job one is to get out of this crisis and move us forward.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.